Hi, I'm honored to be here today to represent Guide Dogs of America and represent all the individuals who are currently in prison working and training these dogs to come out here to be of service to the community. I grew up in Los Angeles. I grew up involved in gangs. I grew up involved in crime, and I served 30 years in prison. And towards the end of that term, I got involved with Guide Dogs of America. And it literally saved my life, and I would not be out of prison if it were not for Guide Dogs of America, if it were not for the opportunity to work with these dogs and for them to help me heal and deal with the traumas that I experienced as a youth growing up in the inner cities. Eventually the law changed, and I was involved in a case where somebody was murdered, and I was not the murderer. And at the time, the law was such that it didn't matter what you did. It didn't matter if you sat in the car, if you were around the block, you went down for murder. And I served 26 years as life without parole, which means death by incarceration. It means you never get out. And by working with this program and working with these dogs, the governor recognized me and commuted my sentence down to an opportunity to get paroled. And then the law changed, and the law changed and says, you know, well, if you didn't do it, you shouldn't do the time for it. And after 30 years, I was released because of that law change. So now I've been out of prison for 5 months, and the first thing I did when I got out of prison, I went down to Guide Dogs of America and said, hey, you know what, I cannot imagine doing anything else. I cannot imagine anything I could do to give back to my community that I feel that I've taken so much from. And when I have veterans come up to me and thank me profusely after they've served 2, 3, 4 tours, and they tell me that I saved their life, I don't know any other job that could do that, to be able to give back like that and have these people who defend our freedoms thank me. Thank me for saving them because they had a service revolver in their mouth before they got a dog. And thank me for training their dog. Guide Dogs of America helped me transition back to society. They gave me a dog to train. I get the dogs that are on the cusp of failure, and they bring them to me and say, hey, can you figure this out? Can you see what's going on with this dog? And I do, because I love that part of the job. I love the troubleshooting. I love figuring out how to make you feel okay. And I think I relate to that because I see me in these dogs. I see me that if somebody just took a little bit more time at crucial moments in their life, in my life, what my trajectory might have been. And I think that when we take that time and show a little bit more grace and some kindness to somebody else, that they bloom and they flower. And this dog Nash right here is a little bit over 2 years and failed 3 times. And he's slated for graduation now, and he's gonna go and do work for autism. And I just want to remember all the men and the women that are in prison currently right now doing this work, because they take it very seriously, and it's a select few. The program's not very big, but there's a lot of desire to be part of the program, because not only do you get to work with a dog, right? You get to give back. You get to give back, and they know how much they've taken from society. And it's opportunities like this, is people that fund these programs, that sponsor these dogs, that make that possible. And it contributes to their rehabilitation. And that's what makes it possible for them to get out and not create more victims. So it's not just about training a dog and helping somebody in society have a richer, fuller life and overcome the obstacles that might be a disability like blindness or autism or PTSD, mobility impairment for our veterans, but it's also reducing recidivism. And that means that if there's one person that's rehabilitated, that's at least one less victim. So thank you for your time.